Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Mitre. You can get the blueprint for the Mitre, as well as all the bits and bobs you need to build it from the mission Exta on Ceres, which is the assassination of Lieutenant Lekrill and Captain Vor. The Mitre is a Mastery Rank 6 semi-automatic, charge-based primary rifle that does primarily slash damage. Now the numbers here change quite a bit based on whether you do an uncharged shot or you charge it all the way. For an uncharged shot, it does 100 damage with 5% crit chance, a 2x crit multiplier, and 20% status chance, but if you charge it all the way, the damage goes up to 250 with much better damage distribution, which is tilted more towards slash, and it has a 10% crit chance with 2x crit multiplier and a 50% status chance. Now the Mitre is very cool. It fires spinning saw blades that bounce around, and if you charge it all the way, the saw blades actually get 2 meters of punch through as well. And on top of all of that, it also has access to probably the best utility augment in the entire game called Neutralizing Justice, which gives your blades 90% chance to instantly destroy a nullifier bubble. This is absolutely incredible for any setup that can be shut down or hampered severely by nullifier bubbles. Plus, it also provides the Mitre with the Justice effect, which once you gather enough affinity will cause a 25-meter explosion that does 1000 blast damage and reduces the accuracy of any enemy hit by 30% for 6 seconds, while also recovering 25% of your maximum health and increasing your base armor by 15% for 30 seconds. So yeah, an absolutely fantastic augment that you can get from Steel Meridian if you're the rank of Protector or higher. Now if you're just gonna use the Mitre as a utility weapon to pop nullifier bubbles with, you don't actually have to do an awful lot with it. Split Chamber, Neutralizing Justice, and Vile Acceleration are basically all you need. Everything else you see here is just a bonus, whether it is Vigilante Armaments for more multi-shots so you fire more blades, or Terminal Velocity so the blades fly faster, or even the Magazine mod so you don't have to reload as often. If, however, you want to use this as an actual weapon and shoot things with it, this is the build I would recommend. And it's just a Varo and slash build, so we have Serration for damage, Split Chamber and Vigilante Armaments for multi-shot, Vile Acceleration because the charge rate on the Mitre is pretty slow, so you want to speed that up. Then we have Malignant Force and Rhyme Rounds for Viro, Fanged Fusillade to boost our slash, and finally Rifle Aptitude for status. The Mitre, despite being one of the least used weapons in the entire game, is actually not half bad. The damage you can do with a proper build is actually pretty solid. It's not gonna break any records, mainly because the crit chance even on a fully charged shot is only 10%, which is not enough, but you can easily go and do sorties with it. I think it's just a combination of the weapon feeling a little bit strange because it honestly feels more like a bow than anything else, and it not being good in any obvious way. But if you build it right, the slash procs you get from it on a fully charged shot are actually quite spicy, especially if you get a juicy Riven, and the Neutralizing Justice augment is just a nice little cherry on top. So I would genuinely recommend you pick the Mitre up, because even if you end up not liking it in the end, you can just use it as a utility weapon to pop nullifier bubbles with.